Hello everyone, and thanks so much for tuning in. In today's video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to incorporate writing into your online classroom. WICOR stands for Writing, Inquiry, Collaboration, Organization, and Reading. I want to start off talking about AVID. AVID is a nonprofit in which school districts and college campuses can contract with to provide learning, curriculum, and support services. Districts and campuses decide which parts of the AVID college readiness system will best serve their needs. At Texas A&M University Kingsville, we have been an AVID for Higher Ed campus since 2011. We began with retention rates at 55%, and this past semester, fall 2019 to spring 2020, we've celebrated a 91% retention rate. Although the AVID for Higher Ed model encompasses many different departments, in today's video, we're just going to be focusing on the professional development side, specifically how we can incorporate WICOR into the online classroom. WICOR stands for Writing, Inquiry, Collaboration, Organization, and Reading. WICOR is a collection of teaching and learning strategies that guide students in comprehending concepts and articulating ideas at increasingly complex levels. WICOR strategies support student learning in any classroom, online, or face-to-face. The W in WICOR stands for Writing. Writing is a learning tool, a personal and public communication tool, and a record of thinking. Students who write consider audience and purpose, engage in various writing processes to address specific situations, and support their thinking, as well as demonstrate understanding. In the writing process, students will pre-write, create a draft, read a response, revise, edit, publish, and reflect. When we talk about writing to learn, students are taking notes, quick writes and reflections, using learning logs, having peer evaluations, and authentic writing. When students are writing to learn, they capture the idea that writing is not only a communication skill learned in English language arts, but also a learning skill that can deepen understanding of any academic subject or life experience. AVID has developed a series of strategies for integrating writing into a variety of learning situations, including assignments that can be as brief as a minute paper or as demanding as a research paper. Writing and reading are both the anchor to WICOR. In today's video, I'm going to utilize a quick write in an online classroom to show how easy it is to incorporate writing into your model. A quick, effective way for students to recall and understand what they know is to have them engage in a brief writing exercise called a quick write. This strategy helps students access prior knowledge and discover what they already know. Quick writes are focused and yet not threatening because they are short and students are usually responding to a prompt that stimulates their thinking. As always, I log in to my Blackboard. I click on my Blackboard, and my classes will pop up. So I go to my courses, and although I'm not teaching a course this semester, I can then go back to my fall courses in which I did. So I'm going to go to one of my courses, And again, we're going to see on the left-hand side all these tabs. And you can customize your page as well, so that when your students log on to your class, there can be a message there. Your announcements can be on your home page. I think the more you customize it and make it user-friendly, the more your students will be engaged in your online classroom. We're just taking a look what it looks like. Now, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to incorporate the Quick Write. In a traditional face-to-face, students might be writing on a notepad, and then they might get up, go talk to someone else, share their responses, or maybe they don't. Maybe they write it in their journal, save it, and then turn it in to you to read, or maybe they just reflect on it and then continue on with the course. So today I'm going to utilize the journals option. As you can see, I have journals here that I've already created for my students. When you create a journal entry for your students, you are the only one in the class that can see it. So as opposed to a discussion board where students can interact with each other's responses, in a journal entry, this is specifically for your students to say something in private, but then you are able to read it and give them credit or reflect upon that, give them feedback. So today I'm going to put in for my journal information, let's just say reflection on the semester. Okay, and specifically I'm going to write just the prompt of what is the most important lesson that you have learned so far this semester. And then I'm going to put specifics on what I want. In 250 words or less, reflect back on your semester. Now, obviously, if I wanted to be content specific, I would be. But just for our general purposes today, just to see how you can create it, this is simple as this. So I'm going to make the journal available. You could also make it a limited availability. So let's just say I only wanted to open up this journal for 30 minutes. I know that seems like a short time, but if you're really wanting students to get engaged, do that quick reflection and then take it off, you can make it as specific as you wanted. If you wanted it days, so let's just say I just wanted it a day, right? I'm going to open it today, leave it tomorrow at the end of the day, and then I'll grade it. Okay. Do I want students to edit and delete their entries? Okay, well maybe somebody made a mistake, right? And they're like, you know what, I really want to take that off. Then of course I would allow them. Okay. And these are just specific settings that you could use as well. Now, you could do no grading. I'm going to put a grade. That's always an incentive for students. Just say I'm going to give them 50 points for this, right? The due date. I'm going to say the due date, since I put it above, is tomorrow at the end of the day. Now, what's really cool is here in your date times, you can go end of day or midnight. I'm going to hit end of day. That's 11:59 p.m. You could also add a rubric, create a new rubric, create from existing rubric. I'm just going to let them be free with it because I really just want this to be a quick write reflection. And then I hit submit. Now it's going to load up and see right here, reflection on the semester. It's private, right? So only I can see it. Tells me when I modified it, and then it also shows when I have entries. Just like in my previous videos, when you set up an assignment in your class, you will get prompted in the needs grading section. So Grade Center needs grading. I don't have any here because this is we just graded this, and this is from a class from last semester, but they would be right here, the students' assignments, and you could just grade them from there. Pretty easy, right? Thanks so much for tuning in, guys.